Okay, so today, guys, we are going to be looking at the fully updated results of the $1,000 10NL challenge. And as we used to do, we're also going to play a two-table session in the challenge while we talk about how it's been going and the plans for 2024. I know it's been a while since the last dedicated update to the challenge, and we will get into the reasons why that is today. But just quickly before we start, if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, that would be awesome, and I'd really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's look at the fully updated results for the $1,000 10NL challenge. Okay, guys, so here it is. This is the fully updated graph for the $1,000 10NL challenge. Let's go over some of the metrics before we get into a few more details. We have played 211,650 hands, winning $531.10, with an all-in adjusted win rate of $766.34. A big blind win rate of 2.51 and an all-in adjusted win rate of 3.62 over apparently 150 days of play. I think my stream sessions are up to like 136. So I must have done some. I definitely have played them on YouTube as well. So it seems like a good time to do an update. 150 sessions, 211,000 hands, completely fucking miserable. Obviously, we're winning, guys. And when everyone ever says like, "Oh, you can't even beat 10NL," I know it's funny. Some people mean it, some people don't. But clearly, I'm in some way, shape, and form winning 2.5 big blinds in this rate structure. It's not horrendous, but as you can see, it's kind of been divided into three parts. We started off very rocky down here, running considerably below EV, and then once we entered the start of the year, I think it was it was approaching 2 years ago now. Oh Christ, guys, we've been doing this since August the 9th, 2021, and we're about to be in 2024. So look, I don't like saying it like that, but that's just the nature of how it's been going. We have taken several extended breaks and sporadically dipped our toe in and out, so it's not like we've been playing it every day. But at our valley, at the end of the horrendous run we were on, we were about down $113. And at the start of that year in 2022, we won 50 buy-ins like that in like 40k hands, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna piss through this. And then, unfortunately, the 10NL gods had other plans for me, and we went through some of the. I mean, it's not stopped. You know, this was like the first maybe 6 months of that year, and since then we've dipped in and out, like I said. But oh my god, it's been so brutal. You will know obviously about the worst session of all time, which is I think around here, where we got shafted for -9 binds below EV when we should have won according to the EV. That was, you know, one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I mean, definitely the most insane poker session I've ever played in my life. Having said that, guys, we did rival it recently. And I want your opinion on this because it's so I know I don't make dedicated YouTube videos for single Twitch sessions, apart from the worst session of all time and then some tournament runs that I've done. But in terms of like individual sessions, I never do them unless it's special. I think we may have another contender for it. Would have to be the second worst session of all time. Because I think we won a hand at the end where it was like, okay, you know, that's probably going to push it into the second worst session of all time. But honestly, guys, I didn't win. It was a -7 buy-in below EV session. I honestly couldn't win. It was unfathomable. It would be unfathomable had I not already had to fathom it when we did it before. So if you want to see a dedicated video for that, I will do that in the new year for you. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, this wild section here, man. Oh my god, I think it looks on the face of it. I haven't actually spent a lot of time looking at this because why would I? Because I don't want to be that miserable all the time. But it looks worse. Seriously, like it looks actually worse than when it was at the peak of my madness at the start of the challenge. Like this is pretty bad at this point. Like I think we're somewhere in a region of 24-25 binds below EV. In the last. You know, I mean, we were even here. So in the last like 80k hands, which is not, you know, insane, but like coupled with the fact that obviously everyone's bum hunting me, like I'm in my own head. We're going to talk about this a lot more as we play the play and explain section. I just wanted to show you this as a whole first. I think this is all the stats. Obviously, you want to see red line. I'm not showing you that. just picture Australia, guys. It's all the way down there. So yeah. Struggling to find the right strategy, not sure if I've got the right one right now, but we're going to talk about moving forward because we are moving forward, guys. I have decided that even though we have quit this challenge probably 4 or 5 times, I'm going to try and finish this. I am not going to allow myself to be defeated by this complete nonsense. As you can see, we're breaking even now for around 100k hands, which is just unbelievably brutal for playing 10NL. But you know, the longer this goes on, the more I just want to finish it. Like, it would just be incredible to be able to finish this. I just think it would be so amazing. Personally, I don't care anymore what anyone else thinks. I just want to finish this in any way, shape, or form. So I can say, look, you set yourself a hard challenge. It was really difficult, and you didn't quit, and you got through it. Now, if it takes another 2 years, I don't know if I'm going to have that same sentiment. But, you know, I don't feel... I mean, there's been a few bad sessions like the one I talked about, but I don't feel completely defeated. And I have felt that before. So the news is basically that in 2024, we are going to make a concerted effort to try and up the volume and get this, maybe make a dent in it. Don't quote me on it, because maybe, you know, I'd played 2 more sessions and I lose my mind. But we were up to $620 at one point, guys. And it really felt like it was doable. It really felt like I was going to do this. And then we had that one session, which it was just mind blowing. And we dipped back below the halfway mark. The halfway mark is, as you can see, guys, we've hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and fallen below it. It's been so hard to cling on. Like, it's just been swinging all over the place. And if we even out, it looks like, you know, this is a pretty consistent yellow upwards from this point here. If we can even out the EV, I'm confident that we can make progress. So that's pretty much everything I want to say in this section. Anything else I want to touch on, such as new series for the new year and some other updates, I'm going to go through with you as we're playing the challenge in the middle of the play and explain, because it's going to be kind of a play and explain kind of thing. Try and play well. If we're going to try and do this, I might as well try and play well. So yeah, if you appreciate the pain and suffering that I'm willing to go through for the sake of the content and the sake of myself, I do want to get through this for myself. Please do support the channel by dropping a like on this video and subscribing. I do really appreciate it. But without further ado, let us now crack on with the play and explode. I'll probably do off like 5 buy-ins now and quit live on air. But, you know, c'est la vie. Let's go and play 2 tables of the $1,000 10NL challenge. Okay, guys, here we are ready to play a session of the $1,000 10NL challenge. We're going to be playing for like 20-25 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to cover a few things, a few topics, a few announcements, and obviously if we're in a hand, we will do as much explanation as I feel is necessary. You will notice that my HUD is on there. Usually I hide it for stuff like this, and on stream I hide it, but I'm not going to be doing that today. So happy days for everyone that was interested in looking at a few stainy stats from the 10NL pool. We've also got our ace 8 caption, explain what these buttons do. Well, they don't need much explanation. Maybe the 2E and 3E, I do use them a lot. So maybe we'll go into that a little bit today as well. But 10%, 40%, 100%, I think you guys can manage. All in, probably be fine. So yeah, we're just going to play for 20 or so minutes. Hopefully we don't get absolutely fucked. And we will, yeah, talk about a few things along the way. So let's get going. And what should we start with? So I have got, let's kick things off as we mean to go. I don't think I'm going to call anything here at ace 9. I usually play 3 tables, so 2 tables should feel okay, but obviously I'm going to be talking as well about stuff that's not about poker. Well, about the channel and stuff, so it might be a little bit more difficult than normal, but hopefully we play okay. So we've got $530, guys, in the challenge, as you saw already. Hopefully we can add to it today. Hopefully we don't... I mean, if we're not going to add to it, we shouldn't be able to do too much damage over the course of this video. First thing I want to mention, guys. Okay, so we're going into 2024. Obviously I've been with Ace 8 Poker now for 2.5 years. Well, not obviously, you may not know exactly how long I've been with Ace 8 Poker for. I wouldn't expect that, but that's how long we've been with Ace 8 for. And I am delighted to say that I will be staying for at least another year after recent discussions, which is very, very exciting. I'm very super happy to be staying with such an awesome company that look after me so well. I think I'm folding here for half pot, guys. This is really actually quite difficult to do. I think I fold. I'm probably fold. So yeah, we'll be staying with Ace 8 Poker for 2024 and hopefully beyond. Really enjoy having them as my sponsor. They're an awesome company, guys. I can't tell you enough good things about the way they look after me. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. We're going to be making a lot more content as part of that new arrangement going into 2024 on YouTube, that is. So we'll be making a new series and we'll be doing some vlogging as well. Vlogging will either come from the Ace 8 live events or it'll be live cash games from London. So if you have an idea of what kind of vlog you want to see, anything that you might think would be interesting for the channel in terms of vlogging, let me know in the comments. But we'll be doing that at least once every 2 months in terms of vlogs. But I do have a new series that I will be undertaking in 2024. and I want your opinions on it. I want your help in a way with it as well. Because we are going to be doing a coaching series. Well, I am going to be doing a coaching series. And I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be coaching somebody for the first time in forever. And I know what you're thinking, guys. Why the hell do you think you're qualified to coach anyone? The answer is I don't think that, guys. But it's content, and I'm looking forward to doing my best and hopefully giving a decent account of myself and hopefully helping someone to improve. Now, I say improve, guys, because the person that I will be, and this will hopefully allay any fears of me ruining someone's game with my distinctly average poker knowledge. But we'll be coaching someone who has absolutely, and when I say absolutely no idea what they're doing, okay? Their name is Jake Ballard. Some of you may be familiar with his work. I'll leave a link to something Jake Ballardy below. We've done a few wildcard pokers at 8-8 Poker, which I won't get into in terms of what the rules are for that. But, guys, this guy is bottom of the knowledge barrel in terms of poker knowledge. Like, he hasn't got any idea whatsoever. Really, he's played a few pub games, a few sit and goes at 8-8 Poker, and that is the limit of his knowledge. Okay, so he's never played a cash game hand ever, online or live. Never played one cash game hand before. Okay, and I am going to be doing a series. I'm about to 2E this turn, so let's talk about this very briefly. So I'm going to be using overbet check on this board, and with the Queen of Clubs, always going to be overbetting. I'm going to get a lot of folds, even for some ace X. And then obviously we're going to be all in on a club, and we can also hit a 10. We can also check back on some King X and Queen, King and Queens. Anyway, so Eddie with a little small stack. I'm not going to be playing any calls here. Obviously, off 22 big blinds, impossible to navigate that situation. Ace 9 off's fine to open from cutoff. So yeah, I'm going to be teaching Jake Ballard. The idea is, can I teach him from scratch to beat micro stakes? Now, honestly, guys, I really do think that it would be easier. I think we don't call 7-8. I think it would be easier to coach someone that was like the new poker that was like not very good at it, but like, you know, had some level of knowledge. I believe I could help that person easier than I could help someone like Jake who hasn't got a clue. Like, where do you even begin? Like, I don't know how to, like, this is the thing, I don't know how to coach somebody, full stop, for one, but two, to coach someone that hasn't any idea what they're doing. I think I just fold this turn. It kind of sucks, but like, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of, I could be stone dead, there's not a lot of amazing eventualities. Poor clarity on the river, so we'll just fold the turn. Yeah, I'm going to be teaching. Then he's a really funny and likable guy. I think you're really going to like him, guys. Basically, we're going to be doing that series probably once every 2 weeks on the channel on Wednesdays. And the first episode of this, the first episode that I do with Jake, what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to get him to play some hands on Ace-8 Poker at 2-L. Basically, he's going to start with $100 at 2-L. We might have to reload him, but he's going to start with $100 at 2-L, and I'm going to teach him how to hopefully play the game. I have no idea how difficult this is going to be. I imagine quite. But yeah, we're going to let him play some hands and send me the hands, and then I'm going to go in blind in our episode 0, and I'm going to go in blind to talk about the hands. I'm going to look at them for the first time with you guys, and it should be really funny because obviously he's got no idea what he's doing. Let's play this Ace King. So we threw bet Ace King from the big blind. King Jack 3 from big blind, I believe, is half pot check, and we'll do some checking, but not loads. And this time we're just going to half pot. So this board from big blind, because we're going to have stuff like 10-8 suited, like 10-8 of spades in these positions. It makes sense to use bigger bets because we're going to miss the board more often, and also that hand makes it like a really good sense to check with. I probably should have checked more often than I did. I was thinking I was going to go for like 25% check, and I rolled 32. So I mean, you don't need to roll at all. I don't know why I'm doing it, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and bet. I think betting most of the time with good hands is going to be good, right? But with the diamond, like needing less protection, I think it makes sense to do some checking. We called a 4 big blind open from the button here. This looks like it's not, but it is button versus big blind. We didn't limp into the gun or anything like that. On the turn, definitely could go for a bet. Like this guy checking back, I don't think he'd check back a worse hand. So I think I am just going to go for something custom, like half pot here. They won't have many folds. But obviously they will fold sometimes, but most of the time we're just gonna have the best hand. So I think if you have the best hand against fish, generally speaking, best thing to do is bet. So yeah, we're gonna just episode 0 is gonna be me looking at him in his hands. We're going to be doing the coaching off stream or off a video. I haven't fully decided this yet, so I would love all of your input in the comment section below. Do you think that you would like to see some of the coaching that I do, maybe every now and again, or all of it? I don't think you'd like to see all of it, but I'm going to coach him off the stream, and then we're going to review his hands on the stream, because I think that's more engaging and more interesting. It allows, you know, a little bit more of a structured series. I don't think I should call here, actually. I was thinking about something else, and then I didn't see the chip stacks, but probably you just want to fold here. Calling can't be bad, but this type of hand, you're just like looking to make the nuts multi-way against fish, and like you make just less money, and it's going to be difficult to realize too often there. So yeah, probably should just folded that ASAP. So yeah, would you like to see some of the coaching? Would you just like to see the hands and like how he's developing every week? And also, guys, I'm looking for your help with the name of the series. I don't know what to call it. Like something like Zero to Hero. You know how Pete Clark, we'll get on to Pete in a second in another conversation, but Pete Clark did a stalling to mauling and a losing to cruising. Something, I think those are both correct. We're just going to go ahead and bet here, and we're going to bet big because they're going to have like chunks of continues, and we get the best hand a lot. Yeah, so he had those. I want to have like something for like Zero to Hero, but pokery. I mean, Zero to Hero is kind of poker. Hero is a poker term, right? And you know, Zero is, you know, what he's going to end up with in his bank balance. So maybe Zero to Hero is what we go with. But if you have any ideas for the name of the series, that'd be awesome. But it's going to be an ongoing series, all being well. But as you will have understood, and as you'll probably be able to gather anyway without my help, I'm not going to be a very good, I don't know what I'm doing coaching wise, right? So what I'm also doing, guys, and this will be happening probably before the first episode, or maybe after it. The first 2 episodes of this kind of series will be these 2 episodes. The episode 0 with Jake, where we just look, this is just a fold. Yeah, look at this guy, 17 to 7-2. I should probably just fold the turn here, but it seems insane because 2 overs are always going to be live. 34 against 34 big blind. I think I'm just going to range bet here. This will be over bet check, like in a normal situation, and this probably can do either with the backdoor. But I think range bet's just performing pretty well against this geezer. Kind of the best hand. I think I'm just going to enter to showdown mode now. I don't think we have any reason. I mean, you could definitely make a case for this being a double pretender, and you could just overbet, but like there's just no need to do that. We're just going to check. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, so Pete, we are going to do one of the first 2 sessions. That's unfortunate. See, we did have the best hand, so showing down wasn't the end of the world, and I don't think we off the river. Pete is going to do a coaching session for me on coaching. So he's going to teach me how to teach poker. Well, not in fully detail, but like we're going to do 1 episode on my channel, 1 episode on his channel, where he's going to tell me how to approach coaching someone with no knowledge, and we're going to look at a few hands from some of his students that are also very inexperienced, and we're going to talk about how you might approach them and how to help somebody. So hopefully that'll be really interesting. And guys, while I'm on the topic, obviously Pete is a very good friend of mine, an awesome guy, a very good businessman, and a great poker coach, which is the only reason why I would endorse someone for poker coaching. And his site was because I believed in what they do, and I definitely believe in what Pete does. So I think we call king high here on the turn. They can have a 5, but like they could just be like, if they just have something like 6-7 suited here, which they should have a lot, they might just think, oh, they've checked twice, so I'm probably just going to get folds. So I think calling the turn here is completely fine. But then against decising on the river, I think I'll always fold. Super tempting to call though. They shouldn't be bluffing spades now. I think we just fold, but like I'm very tempted to call that. So yeah, like I said, you'll be able to find the link below to Carrot Corner. The only way you can get discounts, apart from on the holidays and special events for Pete, is to use my discount code, which is Easty. If you want anything from Carrot Corner, you can use code Easty to get 15% off, and I couldn't recommend it enough. And his content over at Carrot Corner Education as well, obviously. So that's all of that. Like I said, guys, in the comments, let me know how you feel about all these things, and let me know if you have any names for the series, because that would be great. The other things that I've got, well, maybe probably the only other thing coming up would be 2 things. We have a Bean stream tentative plan. You'll know as soon as I know if we have a date. It will be a Saturday. We need to get Ben, and obviously we need to get Bean to be in the booth. So, yeah, that will be coming hopefully in the first quarter of 2024. So keep an eye out for Bean stream number 3, 500 Zoom. I think 500 Zoom is the best place to. We could do higher, like 1,000 NL, but I just don't think that it's not going to be as quick. Like Bean struggles with multitasking. It's easier for him to just play one table, and it's the pinnacle of one tabling fast form, obviously. So we will probably do that one more time. It was really fun last time. So we'll do it again. Obviously, the first 2 times were really fun. So I think we're going to do that again, early 2024. And I'm also probably going to be doing it on the topic of 10 and L. We're going to call here. This guy is obviously very tight. This guy looks not great. We can make nutted hands multi-way. This is unideal because now we'd make very not nutted hands. But I think we just have a fold. I mean, this is really close to being a fold. I think we could potentially fold here. I don't think there's many eventualities where we end up winning this pot. I think it's insane to fold now, but I don't think it's like an absolute abomination, and we certainly will be folding the turn. 4.5 though, that's so like, oh god. Against this player though, this is the kind of situations you get put in all the time. Like it's like situations where there should just be a call, but like, do you think this guy would bet twice here? I don't know. I mean, this is tempting to bluff, to be honest. I think we'll see a lot of check backs, but it's only tempting to, like, I think I don't even expect them to be opening ace 10, let's be fair. I could easily have, and happily have folded this flop, I think. It's probably a leak. Anyway, look at my stats. I'm a fucking stain. It's because I've been explaining things, and I actually have had just completely shit hands. I haven't really had anything going. So yeah, Bean stream in 2024, and yeah, we're going to be hopefully for 10 and L. I'm hoping to do a marathon, and it's going to be a donation-driven, charity-driven stream. If I do decide to do it, I think it's a terrible idea, so I might not. I'm going to be checking here out position. When there's 2 set completing cards for in position, I will mostly just always check. But if there's like if it's like King 10 plus, like there's like two cards 10 and above, then I'll probably just be mostly betting, because they just make less nutty hands. And we do get raised on the turn, and I guess we just have to fold. I was just value betting against like 4, 5 pocket 6s, stuff like this. But I guess I'll go fuck myself. Yeah, so it'll be a charity stream, and it will be, if this does happen, this will be the last thing that we talk about. It'll be a charity stream where every pound that's donated to charity, it's a donation for the Sick Children's Trust, which is a friend of mine, Ian Simpson Poker, who's also on the 8-8 team. He recently was scam donated to on a stream for the tune of $20,000, which turned out to be fake. And as a result, we are going to, as a team, try and raise that money. Now, it's going to be £1 per minute of challenge action. So we'll start with like a half an hour timer, and every pound that's donated, we will, every pound that's donated will add another minute to the clock, and we'll stop when the time runs out. And whatever we've managed to raise is, so even if we raise like £100, I'm happy with, hopefully raise more, but so we'll probably do that as well in the new year. I'm just going to call here. We could squeeze, but like, it's just too disastrous to get jammed on by this clean cut nuts fella. And this is a really good flop, obviously. We've even got all the suits. And yeah, nothing to do but fast play here. I mean, it's tempting to just call because there's only 42 big blinds, but like, we don't want to see the flop go check, the turn go check, check. And they will be over defending against this raise. So we'll just go for this and small bet the turn, then so it's in our control. And then jam the river, obviously, on almost every run out. They also, the advantage of this is that they might just shove the flop with hands that are just like super dead, like King 9 of Hearts or something. Keep with the plan here, just going to small bet the turn. They're not going to have like barely any folds for this sizing, and then it makes it really like less likely that they're going to fold the river. There's no way that this player is bluffing this spot, so the natural reaction here, if we were deeper, would be to just call and then check the river, obviously, because we block the whole board. But given that this guy doesn't have any folds, we obviously just go all in. Given that this guy doesn't have any folds, yeah, see guys, look, they don't have any folds, okay? That was a very clean line from our opponent. Pocket 8, bet that 3-way. Gotta make sure you get that 3-way bet on the flop. I mean, that's not the worst part. Probably raising the turn on the queen pair would be my least favorite part. The stack off is probably better than the turn raise because you know, what if I have just like a combo draw and I just want to like realize my equity or something? I don't know. They're obviously not thinking about these things. But anyway, guys, whenever something like that happens, it makes me ask myself a few things. One, why do I ever bother bluffing? And two, which I don't really do anymore. And two, how the fuck have I been doing this for over 2 years? And it's best not to think about these things for too long because then you end up depressed and miserable. So I'm not going to. But yeah, those are all the things that I wanted to talk about, guys. And we have been playing for nearly 20 minutes. Obviously not the most riveting play session in the world. So we'll play for a little bit. We'll play for like another 5 to 10 minutes or something to see if we get some spots. But yeah, we might look. We've got a lot of we're going to be doing a lot more YouTube content. Basically, is the long and short of it. In the new year, which I'm excited for. It's going to be busy for me, but I'm willing to get myself stuck in, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content. I've got a straight fucking flush. I've got a straight flush. Let's lead the turn. Have a big diamond. Oh, come on, man. I think the ace-4 suited. It's fine to just check. Like, these players look both quite bad. We could make it like 4 big blinds and like, but the thing is about that I found is that if I'm going to see this kind of flop, I'm just going to lose anyway. I might as well see the flop because like the SPR is not a bit, like, I don't need to build the pot. If I make a good hand, it's not difficult to extract money from people. You don't need the pot to be bigger. So I think I just like checking that spot, even though it's a bit stainy. King 9 of diamonds here, I'm not going to be 3-betting. Just don't give a shit. So yeah, lots more content coming in 2024. YouTube focus will be the main thing that we're working on. Obviously, there will still be 3 streams at least a week, which we'll be keeping up, and hopefully we can make some progress in terms of our play. But to be honest, guys, I know at the start of last year we had a video where I said I'm going to be studying really hard. I had Jared as my coach, which is now not a thing. Jared's moved on to some other things outside of poker coaching, so obviously he doesn't coach me anymore. So I don't have a coach. I don't really study super often. But if I do study, guys, another plug here. It's always going to be GTO Wizard. You can get 10% off your first purchase at GTO Wizard if you use my link down below. But yeah, GTO Wizard and hand review with the boys. A hand review is not the best thing in the world to do for study, but it certainly is better than nothing. And I do really enjoy that when we do it. So with the boys in the Discord. So that's something that I'll keep doing. But to be honest, guys, whereas last year I was saying I'm going to improve, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I really want to be a great poker player, I want to move up. That's not the focus of this year. If people did want me to be moving, I mean, I'm not ruling it out. It might happen. That I play some higher stakes, but I don't anticipate myself being on the level, if that makes sense. I'm going to call here, but you probably could pitch this as well because this guy could be limp jamming. I don't mind either option. We're going to have to call once here. We could turn a 5, we could turn a flush draw. Both fine eventualities. Do turn a flush draw. I'm not in love with seeing a bet. If they do bet, it should be very large, but obviously not a lot of people find those. Lennart is someone that will find that, so it should be over bet if they do want to bet. And I think our hand is just good enough to show down against the likes of Ace King, Ace Jack, which make a lot of sense. And we do this to 6s, which I think I'm okay with. Like, we could potentially bluff, but having a 6 and asking him to fold 2 6s, like, we're asking him to fold that part of his range. We don't really want to be blocking it. I think that's a fairly reasonable hand. But there's nothing we can do here against 5.8 big blinds SPR, so it's too low to do anything. Yeah, so I'm not going to be trying to be the best poker player I can be, guys. I'm going to be trying to be the best content creator I can be. Because at the end of the day, that is my job. And it's what I enjoy most about the game, making content from the game. Trying to be the best player in the, look at my stats, by the way, guys. I mean, I haven't had many good hands, and I think you'll agree. There's not been that many spots that I've missed out on, apart from like the King 9 of diamonds that I could 3-bet. If we're dead here, we're dead with 2 SPR against Incub. So yeah, mostly is going to, well, almost purely a focus on content creation, finishing the 10, well, trying to finish the 10L challenge, vlogs, the coaching series, and coaching obviously will be off stream as well with him. Trying to find my spark back for the game. Maybe one day we'll try to hit the heady heights of 100, 200 NL, but it won't be the focus of this year. I'm going to be playing some live games as well, some local live games, private games, and other things. And I'll keep you up to date with how that's going, and I may get some, like I said already, some vlogs out for that. I'm just going to bet here. Like, I've got a 3, I've got a club. I will get some folds. The limp I don't love, but like we'll definitely check and give up the turn. Yeah, and we could win them with a 3. It's unlikely, but we could win. I wouldn't have bluffed the river anyway with a club. So yeah, I think that's everything, guys. I can't think of anything else that I need to say. Just thank you. Oh yeah, let's say that. Thank you guys for all your support. I would never be in this position as a content creator working for 8-8 Poker without your support. You guys watching on YouTube are the only reason that I ever managed to get myself into this situation. And I just want to take this opportunity before we finish up today to say thank you from the very bottom of my heart to all of you for the liking the videos, watching all the videos from the very beginning when I first started until now. Just thank you to everyone that supported me, subs on Twitch, my Discord. All of you guys know who you are. Anyone that's ever watched some of my content, commented on a video, liked a video, subbed on Twitch, watched on Twitch, anything. Thank you to all of you very, very much, because you have made my dream come true. And hopefully this year we can push on in terms of content and give you guys some good stuff to watch. And also, yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. We will have videos, top 10s, this Sunday and next Sunday. I know they're Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, but I don't want to change the day of the upload. We will be moving to 5 p.m. uploads. That should be one thing that I do mention. In the new year, all of our uploads will be 5 p.m., all the shorts. So Tuesday and Thursday will be shorts. Wednesday at 5 p.m. will be either a live short, we'll be doing live shorts as well, or one of the coaching videos, or a play and explain, or something like the worst session of all time, or a bean stream. You know, those are going to be on Wednesdays. And then top 10 will stay where it is on Sunday at 5 o'clock from now on. God, there's a lot of information here, guys. I didn't think I had much to tell you, but it seems I do. But yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. Thoroughly appreciate everyone's support, and I hope you have a wonderful time, whatever you are doing, with family and friends. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. Yeah, any comments, leave them below. Do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All that good jazz. Keep me in a job, guys, for another year. And yeah, I guess this is petering out into... I mean, look, guys, it looks like we're going to win, which, to be honest with you, is all I really care about. I think c-betting this hand, because I'm not going to win this hand very often when I don't c-bet. I think c-betting this hand is just going to be like the best thing to do, although I'm now dead. We have to call this very small 3-bet. But we're super dead here. I actually don't even think we can call one big blind here. I just think we're just like what are we hoping for to happen? I just don't see anything good happening from calling. It's not like we can just call and see his hand either. We have to see the river. I'm not going to be bluffing this king deuce. Doesn't seem to be any good reason to do that. Mostly, guys, I'm avoiding 10L challenge like strategy. We're avoiding getting people to fold hands, because generally speaking, people don't do that against me. They see my stupid face with my stupid glasses and with my 8-8 badge, and they're just like, nope, call. And I'm like, yep, you win. I've got nothing. So now I'm trying to be like, yep, I've got something when I you know, bet, and they call, and I can show them something good. And I'll take the very good opportunities, and mostly turn situations, like overbet turns, that where you get the most folds, I think, is where I'm going to be focusing on. I mean, I don't think I can fucking call this turn. It seems insane to me, but I actually just don't think I can call this turn. Jack's here, blind versus blind. We can do either or. Let's mix both. This time we're going to bet, and I think we would use half pot here. I don't think you'd small bet this board. This will probably be checking a lot, but like it's a little bit... It looks more disconnected than... more connected than it actually is. Like, there's no straights, you know, so it's probably just fine to go ahead and bet. We'll be playing overbet check on this turn, and this will therefore not feature. It's just not strong enough. They're looking a little bit on the tighter side, but like and obviously they're not going to reopen like a 9 or a 5, so you know they want to use big bets, probably even bigger than this. I can't fold jacks just yet. This is not a very good river, but I think this will go check a lot, because I think the majority of the time people will check back the turn with flush draws. And I don't think there's anything I can do versus bet apart from fold. We have just a multitude of better hands to defend here with. Yeah, just going to be fold. I mean, half pot, guys, like everyone knows how I feel about half pot. If I had a club here, I think this would be probably a spot where I would jam, even though I'm talking about like never bluffing, but I don't think we want to call here ever. I mean, half pot is super tempting. I've got this little box here, guys. This little cheat box that James gave me where I get to just see how often I need to win to call. And 25% of the time, basically just remember that if they bet half pot, you only need to win a quarter of the time. Do I win a quarter of the time? Maybe, but like, what did they reopen the turn with? And then bet the river with? It just seems like they have some thin value. And I'm not going to jam this hand, so I don't think I call either. We could maybe bet the turn here with the deuces against Steve. Steve will be wondering why I'm not streaming because he knows I don't play this. He knows I don't play the challenge. Like every hand for the challenge has to be either streamed or recorded. So yeah, we're approaching half an hour in this session now, so I am going to wrap it up, guys. I think we won. I'm not going to check because it's just like going to be like minute, but it looks like we won, or maybe like 20 big blinds or something. So yeah, not the most riveting session, but we did get everything covered, which is the main thing. And we'll play these sixes and call it a day. So yeah, thanks again to everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the session and seeing the results again. If you do want to see more from the 10-0 challenge in terms of individual videos, you want me to play a few more sessions, like I could play like I could shut up for an hour apart from about the poker, and I could just play the 10-0 challenge for like an hour, and I could upload that to YouTube. Is that something you want to see? Just let me know the kind of thing you want to see, guys, because I've got a lot of liberty in the new year to make the content I want to make. So just a lot of these annoying situations where it just looks like I'm just going to have to fold again. This is why the red line's just in the mud, guys, because I just don't think you're going to call here, and especially against this sizing, I just don't think you're going to call here and win. Like they've check called the flop, which is going to be a lot of ace high. Like what is it really going to look like if they're bluffing? Like they're not going to bluff a 5. Like it's just going to be a fold. We'll wrap up the session with yet another fold, guys. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I always do a video for Christmas. I didn't have one ready to go, so I thought, you know what, I'll make this, and that could be a Christmas present. See my 10-0 graph, and we'll talk about the things we're going to be doing in the new year. Do let me know what you think, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you guys on the next one. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the best.